Hi, I'm DWI attorney J. Scott Smith. Today I'm going to talk about the rights that a person defined as deaf by our general statutes has when arrested and charged with a crime. I'm also going to speak to the concerns regarding the arrest of deaf persons in DWI. If you like the content that you're seeing here, please click the like and subscribe button below. So, how does North Carolina define a person as deaf? In North Carolina, General Statute 8B, interpreters for deaf persons begins by listing the definitions that apply to this chapter. A deaf person under North Carolina General Statute 8B2 means a person whose hearing impairment is so significant that the individual is impaired in processing linguistic information through hearing with or without amplification. Subsection 3 that follows defines a qualified interpreter as an interpreter licensed under Chapter 90D of the General Statutes. If the appointing authority finds that a licensed interpreter is not available, an unlicensed interpreter may be called and used as a qualified interpreter if the interpreter's actual qualifications have otherwise been determined to be adequate for the present need. In no event will an interpreter be considered qualified if the interpreter is unable to communicate effectively with and simultaneously and accurately interpret for the deaf person. Under that same chapter, farther down in 8B2, the law talks about which proceedings an interpreter should be made available for. Our focus today is 8B2D, which states that if a deaf person is arrested for an alleged violation of criminal law of the state, including a local ordinance, the arresting officer shall immediately procure a qualified interpreter from the appropriate court for any interrogation, warning, notification of rights, arraignment, bail hearing, or other preliminary proceeding, but no arrestee otherwise eligible for release on bail under Article 26 of Chapter 15A of the General Statutes shall be held in custody pending the arrival of an interpreter. No answer, statement, or admission taken from the deaf person without a qualified interpreter present and functioning is admissible in the court for any purpose. That being said, a lot of questions come up about one's implied consent rights after a DWI arrest. These same issues have been litigated in other states with differing results, but currently there's no case law on how this will be treated in North Carolina. I think when the statute says notification of rights, the implied consent rights would be applicable. So if you or someone you know is arrested and considered to be deaf under North Carolina law, it's important to have an interpreter present. This stuff is complicated. Consult an attorney. I hope this short video sheds some more light on the rights of those arrested that are hearing impaired in North Carolina. Remember, arrested doesn't mean guilty.